Hey guys, it's Mo here. I'm doing another video. This one will actually be kind of interesting and it will probably have a lot of controversy behind it. Right now I'm going to compare the Numark Mixdeck to the NS7 / NS7 FX. Now honestly, most people would easily tell you that the NS7 is much better to buy than the Mixdeck. I personally disagree for multiple reasons. And yes, I am well aware, again, that there's going to be a lot of people arguing with this, or probably give me a bad comment, but I'm going to give you my personal view and opinion of why you shouldn't buy that one, and why it's honestly just flashy and overpriced. Okay, so with them both, the NS7 has got 2 channels, okay, and the Mixdeck's got 3 channels. Now, with this backup channel, it's for your iPod only, and all you can do is volume. You know, you can't do mid, bass, treble, or anything like that, but you can also record your mixes on it, and you can play them back on it. So if you're at a club, you know, that'll definitely be a big advantage. For the NS7, you can plug stuff in, but you still don't have a separate channel for it. You have 3 channels overall, which is good. For backup, a lot of people do it. I see a lot of people, a lot of DJs using iPods, and sometimes just for backup at near the end of the club, or when they get tired. So again, one big advantage. 3rd channel, iPod dock. It's a big thing. Another reason is this thing is really good for media. It has CDs, iPod, USB thumb drive, portable hard drive. The NS7, it can do most of that. It can't do CDs, to my knowledge, and it can do pretty much everything else, but they cannot do CDs and iPods. This one here, though, the main thing, because before I was gonna buy the NS7, I didn't know. I looked at the Mixdeck and I wasn't sure why. The big price difference. This is $897 Canadian. The NS7 was about almost $1,800. I looked at that's roughly double the price. I kept trying to think, you know, what's the difference between these two? I looked at everything. I did a lot of research. I tried them both out, and then finally the answer came to me. On the NS7, the platters have a motor, so they actually spin while they're playing. On this one, they don't. They're more old-fashioned jog wheels. So when you hit play, they don't spin at all. And I do like the idea of spinning platters, but you know what? To pay double the money? No thank you. That's the main reason it's that much more expensive. I mean, the quality is definitely better, right? The material? Yeah. The quality of the NS7 is a lot better quality, but still, for double the money, all it is just a flashy motor that can make the platter spin. Again, not worth it. Another difference to look at, this comes with tractor. The NS7, it comes with Serato. Now, depending on what you like, I guess, would be on the one you buy. I like tractor better personally because I like effects. I don't really care much for scratching. I know it's what most people care about in DJing, but no. Effects, making the music sound better, that's what I like. Other problem I have with the NS7, it does not even have an effects bar to control software. So, for an example, you know, for this one you got an effects bar right here. So you want an effect. This is a wet and dry fader, so how much of the effect you want on or off. This actually turns the effect on, right? This will select a different effect. So from Gator, I go to Iceverb. This will make it how much you want, so it can be 10%, it can be 20, 30, it can be whatever really. Now I know people will say, well, the NS7 FX, which is the NS7 with basically a toolbar up top. In my opinion, is toolbar, well, it's good, you know, it can do one effect on each side or 2 on one side, not than any other. Again, in my personal perspective is that, well, it's not great. I mean, 1 on each side or 2 on none, it's very basic, nothing special. It's the same with this, 2 effects or 1 on each side. Or if you have Tractor Pro, you can go 3 effects on each side, or 6 on one side, none on the other, which is actually kind of interesting. I'm not sure if anybody ever used 6 effects, but still. But a lot of people, there are MIDI controllers for DJs. So there's one coming out. I'm gonna get it soon. It's just not in stock yet. It's called Tractor Control X1. It's about this big, roughly the MIDI controller. 8 hotkeys on each side, so it'll fix the hotkey problem I have here. You can control all 3 effects at once on each deck, which is definitely a big advantage. That is pretty modern. And it can do much more other things. Loops, it can do smooth things. It can do key locks, sync, play, pause. And that's a really, really good piece of equipment, because, you know, if you want to perform, this just isn't enough. Some will tell you it is. It does have all the functions, but you need more. And with all those functions it will have on it, that makes it perfect. With the NS7, the FX toolbar is real. It actually is called the FX toolbar. It's a piece of junk in my opinion. It's too basic, not good enough, too plain. The Tractor Control X1 by Native Instruments definitely does a better job. So, again, this cost $897. The Tractor Control Bar will cost around $220. So basically, you're spending about $1,100. And on the Numark NS7 FX, you're spending about almost $1,800. That's before taxes. So you saved $700. You tell me what's the better buy. This one will have more effects and more control with those 2 pieces of equipment together. You can have an iPod. There's a 3rd channel. Record your mixes right on it. So again, the NS7 FX is good, but $1,700 on an all-in-one unit, I really wouldn't recommend. You can buy excellent, you know, $500 turntables, then a sound card. You can buy a really good mixer. The problem I have with all-in-ones, although I do like this one a lot, if I want a different mixer, I can't put it in here. So that is a downfall. If I want different turntables, I can't put them here. I can get alternative turntables plugging into the back, but still, it's just not the best thing. But this is $900, so it's really not a bad buy. And to use this in a club, you know, just put an alternative sound card in it. But $1,700 on an all-in-one, that's way too much money in my opinion. Again, I know motors and turntables are brand new, but they're really not a need. You buy a whole set, and with that kind of money, with $1,700. And if you don't like some parts you buy, if you want to get a brand new mixer, you can get a new mixer, you can get a new CDJ player or a turntable. With this, you get what you get, and that's that. Again, I do like the NS7 FX a lot though, don't get me wrong. It does have, here's a few things I forgot to mention. So yeah, unlike this, it doesn't have any hotkeys on MIDI mode. It does have 3 overall. That one will have 8. I'm sorry, that'll have 5 hotkeys just under here. You can just press them and delete them. And it has a whole loop section for looping in and out, for creating loop. It has auto and manual loops. They really did a good job with the NS7 FX. I personally do like it. Again though, price is my problem. So overall, I'm honestly going to just give it to the Numark Mixdeck. Buy that, then buy the Tractor Control X1 to go with it. I will do a video on that when I do get the piece of equipment. Overall, it's definitely a better piece of equipment. Yeah, so post any comments you have or questions. This is Mo. Thank you for your time.